And we're live! Hello all, and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream! My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and we are here with our first game of 2023! Feels weird to say. I am joined once again with my lovely and talented wife, co-host of the INVICTUS stream, Mrs. Jo Guthrie!
Hello!
We're joined once again by one of my favorite people ever, Erica! And joining us once again, after a little bit of time away, Mr. James Schwartz!
Hello, everybody! It's good to be back.
And Mr. Macabre themselves, the one and only William A. Wellman! And we are back with the Big Showeth tonight for you, the RPG. Welcome, one and all. Sound effects working?
I can hear them.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good, because last time they weren't.
It is a...
Dramatic pauses.
It was a
I
long
put a
year.
lot of pauses in there to make sure, and I hope they're working. Welcome, everybody. If this is your first time hanging out with us, this is the INVICTUS stream. We stream RPGs every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, and we'll be trying to do so throughout this year a little bit more than we did last year, because it's always fun to hang out with everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good. And fan-fucking-tastic.
20 thumbs up.
20
20
million
thumbs up!
That's too many thumbs. Everyone's looking real fly, having fun. I'm really excited for tonight. Tonight's game is going to be a blast. If you don't know what you're in for, read the description of the video, or just sit back and enjoy yourself, because it's just going to be some fun. I will start off by saying this is, of course, going to be, as it always is here, an 18-plus stream. What does that mean? It means there's going to be mature content out the wazoo. What's a wazoo? Well, now that you've seen the warning, I can say it's your asshole. So there's going to be mature content. But we're all mature people here, so it's gonna be fun.
That's absolutely the horse to back on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you can tell by James's hat, we're all very mature.
Very mature people here playing a make-believe game. We got a lot of people hanging out in the chat tonight. Hello, look at all these wonderful people.
My
Sam,
goodness.
Jeff, Roanoke, Xander.
Hi,
Thank you for hanging out.
Zia.
Someone named Hungry
Is
Harlan.
there? Hi, Zia!
Yeah, Zia's here.
Yeah, if you love saying hi, like Tyler Green here, you can always post in the comments.
Hi.
Thank you, Tyler.
We'll make you. Do you know Tyler?
No.
We know Tyler now.
We
Just for
do.
what
But
I said.
I
That's
appreciate...
Tyler Green, you
I
know.
can
Tyler.
I can
Whoa.
tell already. I appreciate the energy that Tyler approaches life with.
Is
I
that
was
the
having
Tyler
an
Green?
awful day,
Yeah.
and then I realized
Tyler Green,
Tyler was here to say hi. And now I'm
Did
like,
we
this
get
is-
Tyler Green on the show?
We did. We got a Tyler Green.
The Tyler Green. Wow, thanks, Tyler. The Tyler Green. Whew. That's it. We're not going to get any higher than that. We should just.
That's it.
No, we
That's
can
it.
call
That's
it. Good night, everybody.
Am I right in thinking that this January marks the 7th year of Invictus being on stream?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know enough to debate it, so let's go with yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa, Mike's here. Mike the bassist. What's up?
Hey, Mike the bassist. Mike Fazio recently
Yeah.
got married. Congrats.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Mike.
Recently,
Congrats.
a while ago,
Thanks.
We got some heritage viewers.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of heritage viewers, if you are new to some of the wonderful people on this stream, make sure you check out the fantastic William A. Wellman show. There it is. Hello from the Hallowoods.
It's a show. It's out there in the world.
It's a good show. You can also sign up at hellofromthehallowoods.com to get on the list for pre-ordering your book, something like that. It's like a
I've just over the last week finished up the final, at least this final round of edits for 100 Eyes in the Dark, the first sort of tie-in novel for this podcast.
Amazing.
So there's no official pre-orders yet because it still has to sort of make its way through the gears of the publishing agency. But I have at least like a little pre-order link, or pre-order for the pre-order.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a pre-order. It's like a promise ring.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
I signed up. I'm pumped. I'm excited for.
I saw your name come in and it was like, oh, so sweet.
Yeah. Hey, of course.
I'll try and get you on a better reader list.
Yes. No. That's but yeah, you can check that out, and also check out William's amazing show, Hello from the Hallowoods. It's very spooky, very fun, very loving, and very sad. All of the things that we love.
Yep, we will
About
be.
great media.
That was a curveball.
We like sad media. Come on. Who doesn't like to weep a little bit
Gotta weep a
sometimes?
little bit.
Brianna
That's
and
true.
Michael have just corrected me. It's 8 years at the end of this
Oh,
January.
Jesus.
Hey.
Yeah.
Invictus is in
January-
grade 3.
That's right. January 28th, 2015.
That's where Erica's mind goes.
That's it. That's the year they do the reading test, so enjoy that.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're going to feel so bad.
Fucked. Other fantastic shows that you might want to check out, of course, Dimension Door Podcast.
It's a good show. Stuff and
great
things
show.
happen.
Is today a Dimension Door or a Severed Fate?
Today is a day off.
Hey!
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Severed Fate actually wrapped up a little while ago, and now we're back to just
Oh.
doing regular Dimension Door.
Well,
So
hells
next
yeah.
week we'll have an episode. This week, go and listen to "Hello from the Hollowwoods."
Hey!
Cross promotion, I love it.
And Erica, you got anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I'm busy fighting a ham right now, so that's my main
Yes!
focus. Yeah.
Is this still the ham you've been working on from the holidays?
Yes, it is still that I'm out of pineapples. It is. I've gone to the part where they only spiral the ham to a certain point, and I've reached the unspiraled part.
Oh no.
It's still going.
You're chipping away at it?
You gotta boil that fucker with some split peas and call it a day.
I
I
mean,
should at least freeze it, but I'm at the point where if I freeze it, I'm gonna lose, so I can't do that. Like it's
don't let the ham defeat you.
it's more ham than a human being should eat, but I'm like, she's gonna.
Yeah.
So
This human being's gonna. That's fantastic. So that's Hello from the Hollowwoods, Dimension Door Podcast, and Erica versus the ham. My money has always been on
by
Erica.
true
yeah.
events.
It's really more of a performance art piece.
I'd pay to see that. Just Erica devouring his ham.
Slowly increasing
Yelling at
more
her.
upset in her decisions, but not giving up.
The ham sweat.
No, it's
That's awesome. Also,
So good.
make sure you check out other Invictus stream shows every Wednesday night. We've been doing this. You can check out past streams, as well as a new episode of our. It's going to throw an award-winning for no reason. Non-award-winning podcast, Dice Shame. That's a new episode tomorrow. Remind me to post it after this because I
Oh
forgot.
shit. I'm gonna put an alarm on my phone.
Please do. And our non-award-winning podcast, Malevolent.
Awards are overrated.
Although, has Malevolent not won several?
No, it never has. Where's my boo? There we go.
It's an honor to be nominated.
I haven't nominated.
I still very
Interesting.
happily introduce myself to people as James, the award-winning GOAT voice actor.
Listen to this, James.
That's true. That's true, actually.
Technology has replaced your job.
Dice Shame has won an award
Yeah.
vicariously through
Through me.
James as a guest goat on. So that's not true. Dice Shame is an award-winning
That's right.
podcast.
How could
through
you?
a goat scream that James provided us. So,
Yep.
That's all you can do.
Award for best goat.
award for best James goat. Joe loves ham too.
I mean,
Join the
You and
ham
me.
fight.
you and me. Joe's love ham.
Joe's loveham.com.
They
I
do.
need to buy that URL.
Do it now.
Leather
Grab it
jackets,
quick.
they're coming.
joesloveham.com.
All right, let's do it. Joe's
I
oh no,
don't
that's
know. It might be taken already, and you don't want to know by what.
www, comma.
Joe's Love Ham.
Is
check
it by
it
a wonderful pork recipe website?
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
innocent
okay.
Sure.
and all that
Of
wonderful.
course.
Don't that either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so funny because they said it feels like Joe just joined us as an old guard, but you were
Man, look at that terrible
2017,
haircut.
18, 19, 22, and 22.
You
Looks
always
like I have
hate
a
your old
helmet on.
haircuts.
I was growing out a buzzed head really badly.
There we go.
Whoops.
Hashtag Joe's Love Ham.
Yes!
Yes. All right. Without further ado, shall we get into this? We got some fun tonight.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Why not? Yes, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary friends, tonight we bring you the Big Showeth. And without further ado, sit back and enjoy the fuck this is going to be.
The
Spirit
big
fingers. I can only spirit fingers for so damn long.
No, you have to click on something.
It was a night to remember. Big show is tomorrow. The big show. The king himself will be hosting it for his loyal servants. It'll be the one that puts you on the map. Big one. And so celebrations were in order. It's been a long road to find yourselves here. You've practiced till your fingers bled, till your voice was hoarse, till your feet were sore. Now, a little bit of celebration before the big show is all you wanted and everything you deserved. It was a no-holds-bar evening. That was the plan. Even your manager, Ern, was on board. He said so himself. Let's make a memory. Remember him toasting you. To us! As he downed his drink. Let's do all the things we never did. Let's blow a goddamn gasket. Sure was a night to remember. Such a shame that you wake up in a sticky pile of greenish ichor. A sour-scented, grain-filled puddle that could neither be described as a shape or a smell, since both kind of seem to be changing as you sit up. The small room you find yourselves in would be nice under other circumstances. Pine wood walls, sun-drenched windowsill, a small bed you find yourself under. All telltale signs that point to the confines of an inn. Sadly, the inn is far from picture perfect. Clothes, broken wood, vomit, ashes from a recently burned religious text, perhaps, litter the floor. And as you sit up, Dunstan, who are we looking at?
Dunstan Bunting has a huge fluff of hair that extends half the height of his head. Just a dazzling display of makeup that might either be sort of explosive or smeared. It's hard to tell. And the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes to tell. And a treasured lute engraved with fine filigree in a case, clutching like a baby as he sits up in the middle of the tavern. Has anyone seen my brain? I think I left it in the canister somewhere.
You see stirring under a pile of rubble and a horn precariously peek up between pieces of broken wood as your co-bandmate, Krusty McLeopardface, sits up. Sorry, McLeopardfeet sits up. Who are we looking at, Krusty?
Krusty sits up, and you're looking at an 8-foot long / tall anthropomorphic awakened unicorn, his blue fur glimmering faintly like rainbows, and his 2 hooves reach up and give his noggin a little scratch.
Am I hallucinating you?
No, Dunstan, for the last time, you are not hallucinating me. You ask this almost every day, and I know that it's hard coming off of whatever you was on, but I'm here to stay, bucko.
Krusty,
So are
as you
most of my
stand up,
hallucinations.
Krusty, as you stand up, you sort of have to duck your horn out of the way of a spinning fan and barely miss Bala, who is currently waking up on the slowly spinning fan in the ceiling of this tavern. Who are we looking at, Bala?
You are looking at someone who is very short, but strong and stout. She's old, mature, skin that has been weathered under decades of sunlit concerts. And she has a very two thick braids that are now dangling towards the floor because she's up there. And you know that she was asleep because she doesn't quite sleep lying down. There was a slight bend in her legs. She usually sleeps standing up. So she has a slight bend. And now you realize that she stretched her legs and straightened her legs. So she's got 2 inches taller as she hangs from the fan, which signifies that she is awake.
Bala, the crusty horn that you're very used to kind of poking and prodding by accident barely misses you as your bandmate stands up beneath you.
Krusty, catch! And she just lets go, by the way. Her feet straighten and she's coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch.
Oh yeah, no, Crusty, very used to this kind of thing. He'll go to catch, and then realize that he's not gonna catch her. He's just gonna step forward a little bit and let Bala just slide down his back to the floor.
A surprise, a trip, a wonderful journey. She goes down head first and then reaches the end and straightens up in a perfect 100-degree rotation.
And with a clatter of glass, your final band member and the lead of your little ensemble, Vanity, stirs in a literal mountain of empty bottles. Vanity, as you sit up, who are we looking at?
Vanity is a tall, red-skinned tiefling woman with impressive horns, and she's clothed in glittery gauze-like material. She stretches. Her breath stinks to high heaven. Everyone in the room can smell it. It smells like ash and brimstone and old liquor. I don't remember anything after the last. Oh, God. How many meads did we have?
I feel the heat of the sun still in this room. Vanity is awake early.
Is that a dig? You know what? I can't even this morning. Where's Ern?
That's a good question.
Crusty
wants to go over to the door and just open it, and he's just gonna go, "Hey, Ern!"
Your voice echoes over a wide, hilly plain. You are in a early morning tavern in the middle of nowhere. You step outside and look up to see a hanging sign above the door that says Zagnar's Tavern, a name that means literally nothing to you.
I have to piss. Vanity stumbles off of this pile of broken crockware and passes Krusty in the hallway. She's looking for some commode or...
Yeah, you see like a wooden bucket just next to the bar, probably used to spit in.
Yeah. Excuse me. She takes it into a corner. Avert your eyes.
The crockery would have been more graceful. We had more of it.
Guys, Ern ain't here, I don't think. We're at some place called Zagnar's and...
Zagnar's.
Yeah.
Did you have a sister named Zagnar?
No, her name was Karen.
I'm
Then I'm at a loss.
Zagnar. You hear a name from behind the bar kind of stand up as well, and this massive orc covered in tattoos and long blonde hair, almost like a mullet, kind of sits
I love
up.
it.
He's climbing up the bar because he can't stand, and he leans over it. Ugh. You bastards drank me dry last night.
Look away. The lady needs her privacy.
Excuse me.
That
William.
was my favorite bucket.
William, tell the orc we said thank you. And also, he is welcome.
The orc is right there. But thank you for all your benevolent drinks, which I fear we've probably spent half our band's budget on. Yes, which is the closest town with kind of a carriage loop? There's rather big events we need to get to. I can't imagine it's very far.
Yeah, your manager was telling me last night. He said that he booked you into the king.
Oh, shit.
Yes, that's what we were celebrating. Our big
sounds
day.
Have you seen Ern? Is Ern back there with you?
Yeah. He's right there. And Zagnar points behind you to a booth in the corner where you see Ern sitting face down.
Good morning, Ern.
Rouse him.
You heard the lady, Krusty. Rouse him.
Yeah. Krusty will go over and just like stamp really hard on the table so Ern just flips up in the seat.
Yeah. You stamp really hard and he just goes,
Oh no.
you hear from the corner of the bar.
Ern's still asleep.
I stand up and
buddy.
I replace my vestments. I leave the bucket and I go over to Krusty. Is it?
I need one of yous with fingers to get a pulse on Ern. Come on, buddy. Come on, Ern. Don't do this, man.
Gingerly grab a wrist and I lift it up and then I just drop it.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's trying to quit again.
Erica, I want to give you inspiration. In a game that means nothing but inspiration. One for Erica. Yeah, no, he's fucking dead. And you hear her laughing.
He was talking a big game last night about you playing for the king. Tonight, you know what the king does to acts he doesn't like, eh?
You're a very direct person.
Well, who do you think's gonna pay me?
And he slams the bar and the bottles rattle.
Hey, who is gonna pay me?
I would like to take the table by standing upon it and looking down upon I assume the distance allows me to have a higher perspective than him,
Yeah,
or at
of
least I would
course.
imagine.
You're basically like queen now.
Vanity has bestowed upon you a golden gift in the corner. You are welcome.
Are
And
you
then she
trying to
steps back
pay
down.
me in her piss?
As
You have
the-
been
Worth
paid!
a small fortune.
I can assure you.
You're lucky that's my fetish.
Bala always knows.
Zagnar, after Vulgar Solstice graces the stage of the king and wows him this evening, this bar will become a place that is historical. You will be able to frame this bucket and the crockery that Krusty definitely fucked up upstairs.
Who the hell is Vulgar Seance? What was that?
Vulgar Solstice is our band.
You
I
may
thought
be
you were the
confused.
four bards.
The Vulgar Solstice is the opening act to the Timpani Thunder. And they
Yes,
are
which-
the main attraction of this
In
wonderful...
itself, sort of a secondary title for Dunstan and the Dazzlers.
We're
We don't
between
have
names.
Wait, hold on.
We are not
Vulgar's-
between names. We have chosen a name. It is the Timpani Thunder.
We have each chosen a name. Bala.
Look, I don't care who's chosen what frickin' name now. Wait, I can swear. Fucking name now. Who's paying me?
We just addressed this.
It's the
Listen,
orc.
if you will allow us to go upstairs and compose ourselves, give us 10 minutes or so. I
Yes.
desperately need a shower. And then we will come downstairs and settle the bill.
I don't think you understand the situation here.
And Zagnar reaches under the bar and he pulls out a piece of paper and slaps it down. He says,
Your manager there, before he croaked, told me that you have a show tonight at the King's.
Which
Do you understand what that means? That means if you don't play tonight, you have no way to pay me back. So you're not going upstairs, you're not taking a shower, you're getting out there to the show.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. Yes, exactly. Right this way, everybody. Let's
We ride
hip
with the
hop to it.
perfume of the night.
Farewell.
You hold on. You know where you're heading, right?
To the king. I
Yeah,
You can
Ern's
just-
gonna show us the way. He's got direct. Oh shit! No, Ern's dead, huh?
Vanity sticks her head out the window and goes, "King!"
And it just echoes.
I mean, there's got to be a road out there somewhere, and all roads lead to Rome, and from Rome, it's 3 backward steps to us.
There's a road, yeah, but I don't think you understand how far away you are.
And he slides the paper across to the 4 of you as you approach the bar. And what you see is a map of the place you live, which is called the continent of, what is it, James?
Myrrh.
Myrrh. So you live in Myrrh, and he shows you a picture of Myrrh, one that you forgot. And here, I will share it with you now. This is Myrrh.
Oh, it's all coming back to me.
It's all coming back to you. I've dropped a picture in the chat for anybody who is curious about what Myrrh looks like. And of course, as you see it, as you study the pictures before you, your heart sinks. For you know a few facts. One, that yes, the king definitely is somebody who does not like to be kept waiting, kind of in any way, shape, or form. And 2, that the place you're currently at, which you can only surmise is Zagnar's Tavern, is but a fair distance from the place that you need to be in only a few short hours. Why, yes, it is quite far away from the king's. And as he pulls the map back, he says,
If you don't perform tonight, and furthermore, if you don't perform well, the king will send every guard of his kingdom to hunt you, stab you, kill you, gut you, and hang you.
In that order?
I think he switches 1 or 2.
But Zagnar, then, you'll agree that it is in your best interests, as well as ours, to set us on the road quickly. Do you have any steeds any kind of limo
A
carriage?
hippocamp? A sky whale?
Sky whale.
Sky whale would be. Yeah, sky whale would be great. Can you get us a sky whale?
Sky whale?
Yeah, you got one of them, right?
Are you? Of course I do, but you can't use her. Bessie is sick. I told you this
That's
last
my
night.
wife!
She's pregnant. It's too
Does
far.
she have like a brother or something?
Zagnar looks around the destroyed bar and he says,
Now listen here. I can take the money from you when you win tonight at the show, or when you perform tonight at the show, or I could just kill you now. And I'm leaning towards the second. So I suggest you take this map,
and he slides the map across the table to you.
and you get out of here.
Agreed.
Before I really take a look in that bucket, because I don't think it's 700 gold.
I assure you it is.
I'll never
So in a
tell.
manner of speaking, from a certain point of view, hastily let us exit tavern left, everyone.
Vanity looks at the map and then just looks at someone else to pick it up.
Vala,
Krusty grabs it with his hooves.
Vala goes to Ern and says, "Goodbye, Ern, and you're welcome."
Goodbye,
Just
Ern.
flies.
Have a good sleep.
And you head out the tavern, and you are greeted to a beautiful greenish hillside surrounded by water. Zagnar's Tavern sits on what would be somewhat of an inlet, just south of a place called Oregonville and north of a place called the Bridge People. Of course, none of this comes to any sort of memory. For all you know, you're in a different part of the world, but it is beautiful nonetheless. And as you exit and start to breathe off that headache and that stale, sickly vomit taste from your mouth, which sadly we all know too well, you hear hooves in the distance
Krusty.
approaching.
No, I'm right here.
Oh.
I've
You're
been here the
so
whole time,
fucking
guys.
sneaky.
I'm sorry. It's just the hooves don't make noises like they. All right. What noise do we hear? What kind of hooved animals are in the distance?
Yeah, it sounds like some sort of hearse.
A horse.
A
There's a horse coming, guys.
Yeah. And as you see 4 figures riding horses kind of approach via a hill, riding fast towards Zagnar's tavern.
Speak.
Perhaps
guess they
these are
start drinking.
heralds from the king.
I guess they start drinking early around here.
I should like the horses. Let's take
And
them.
after a few moments, these people ride up. And on back, you see a large, hairy dwarf. And then 3 other dwarves. But leading the way on a black horse is a dwarf with deep blue hair. It's like dyed, very clearly dyed. His roots are growing out. You don't judge him for it. It looks fine, but that's what's happening.
Judge him a
He
little bit.
rides up.
We got the brutes.
Dunstan?
My beautiful bearded friends, you are in luck. The tavern is doing a buy one, get 2 free sale.
We're not here for the bloody tavern.
Says the man in the front in the blue beard, and he rears back his horse, which goes. And he looks down. And he says,
You thought you could get away from us, Krusty? You fuck.
Well, you're mean.
Krusty,
and the other horse riders start kind of circling you a little bit.
Now,
I told you to stop getting in trouble with
fellas,
fellas.
we don't gotta do this here and now.
We
Right?
waited for you for 3 hours this morning, but you weren't there.
I
Now,
couldn't help it. I was too busy doing the thing that you said I should do.
what?
I'm
You
confused for a moment.
know, I was busy doing
The delivery.
the delivery. Thank you.
Looks over to
For
one of his men.
the boss.
And each one is sort of circling around. Each of you has kind of one in front of you. Bala, what does your dwarf rider look like?
He is taller, notably taller than everyone else, not to brag.
Yeah, he's
And he
basically
is
not a
green.
dwarf. Yeah, he is. It's like pure green. In fact, as you look closer, it's not even that his skin is green; it's that he's kind of got grass all over him, like, but growing out of him. Like he's a grass gnome. He's a grass dwarf.
The best of all.
And he kind of eyes you down. And as they continue circling, you've kind of paused the front guy for a moment. He goes,
Delivering? I thought you were using what we sold you for your own selfish, drug-filled needs. Who are you delivering it to?
I was delivering it to Zagnar. I hid it in a bucket in the corner
All right.
so that, trust me, he knows what's up. I sent it. I gave it to him. He's selling it at 50% more than you can get it anywhere else.
And he wouldn't
pay
even
me
let
back.
us keep it. He was
No,
threatening
I'm not
our
just
lives.
paying you back. I'm giving you more than what you gave me in terms of value. So really, I have set you up for long-term success because you will be able to take that money and then reinvest it in other buckets in the corner of taverns.
and one of the other dwarfs near Dunstan speaks up and says,
We are trying to get into real estate. I know we're trying to get into real estate.
And if you want to get into real estate, you know the number one thing you need is liquid collateral. And I guarantee you there is plenty of liquid in that bucket. Collateral.
You're
Collateral. Did I
laughing.
say liquid? I meant collateral.
Your
There is going to
laughing
be.
gives me pause for thought. But then again, you tend to laugh about a lot of things.
I do. I do. I totally do, don't I? Listen, you are set up over there in Krusty's. All right. All you got to do, go over, check the bucket. I hit it really good, so you're gonna have to check really thoroughly. But trust me, it is in there.
Should I use my hands or should I maybe just like go in with my face? I find my tongue is really good at feeling things out.
You know, I would do a combination of both, but really make sure your eyes are open the entire time.
Should it
If
just be
you
me or should
blink-
all the boys help?
All the boys. Of
I
course
think-
all the boys.
I think you should all take turns.
Hey, we want to help too. I know you want to help too. All right, fine. Listen here, Krusty.
and he gets off his horse. And you realize that when he gets off his horse, he's actually on stilts, and they go, and he like shrinks, and now he's much shorter than Bala.
Ah, yes.
And he walks over and he's like,
Listen here, Krusty. I'm warning you that if you're lying to us, we'll find a way to make you pay.
Believe it.
I 100% believe you, but I cannot stress enough how important it is you take your time.
Fine.
If
And
you rush
promise-
through it,
Are you gonna wait here for us while we're in there?
I guarantee you I will not be far.
Right. I'm trusting you because you're my brother.
And he gets back on his horse, and the four of them ride towards the inn and give you a moment of respite. They're a couple hundred feet behind you now.
They took the
So,
horses.
steal 2 horses? Can I ride on you, Krusty?
Oh, Dunstan, you know that I have worked very hard to be anything except for a goddamn fucking unicorn.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, let's ride Krusty. He's like a horse.
I just thought it would be a beautiful experience.
I would
How
never.
how would you feel if I just assumed you made us a delicious bundt cake every morning? If you just had one in your pocket at all times.
We did
Do-
miss
do
this
you
morning's
want
bun cake.
I've really missed the morning bun cake.
We
Yes.
all missed the morning bun cake.
It's been
Hey,
weeks.
hey, do not ruin the work that Dunstan has done on overcoming his family name and what people expect of him just because of what he's labeled.
It's
Meanwhile, you
all
hear,
right, Krusty.
Keep looking, boys. It must be deeper.
Okay.
I hand everyone a tissue because we have all had an emotional morning.
So, are we going to steal some
We
horses?
take the. We'll
Yes,
take
we're
all
gonna
4
steal the
horses.
Yeah,
horses.
perfect. You run a couple.
Let's steal some horses.
You run a couple hundred feet back to steal these horses, but as you touch them, you realize they're not quite horses so much as horses. They're sort of made of some rubberish material. You're not quite sure, and when you get on them, they squeak and kind of bounce a bit. Yeah, they like
Excellent.
boom, boom, boom when you hit them.
Well, we've already abandoned all dignity. Shall we ride?
Let us ride.
And as the four of you sort of bounce off into the horizon, you hear behind you,
Wait a minute.
I see they found
It
it.
must be deeper.
They will.
So as you ride towards the pathway, you see on the map that there is Organville and the Hill Gnomes of Antioch.
Can we
Where
go
are you
through the
heading?
water? Can we
do
just go
whatever
through
you
the
want.
water? Yeah.
Yeah, you go. No, you
Let's
can't
do
go
something
through the
faster.
water.
But can we go through the water?
There's 150.
Horses
trees.
can't swim?
Oh, you can try to. Sure. Do you want to go down to the water? Look at this. Ready? You see this on the map.
No, that's just one though. It's just there.
That's the only one that people have
That's the
survived
only
in
one.
order to document.
Enhance.
Why isn't it getting high resolution as I zoom in?
Wait, can I see that map again?
Yeah, you all have it.
Well,
All right. There's your map.
There looks like there's a ship though, right? Can
wherever
just
we
take the
go, I
ship?
want to go to Miffle Bottle Scrump.
I mean, you
I
can do
really
whatever
want to
you
go to
gotta do.
Miffle Bottle Scrump too. Like that is I saw that when we were scrolling
Okay,
through the map
so
before.
here's the deal. I think that they're going to realize that I have told what I believe to be a fairly elaborate fib. In the next 2 to
Intelligent,
3
but elaborate.
hours.
Crusty,
Can I just
Crusty, your-
Verify, Krusty.
Yes.
The drugs. I do
Uh-huh.
remember a moment of drugs last
Yes.
night. That was
we did
was
a
that...
lot of them.
Okay, so the drugs are gone. And
No,
that
we
was-
still have some.
Oh,
No, Oh yeah,
Wonderful.
no, I'm carrying for sure.
Krusty may have lied, but I did not lie when I said we could pay the bartender. The drugs are in the gold. They pass through vanity, were purified into a more valuable form. Everyone has what they were requesting.
Piss drugs.
Piss drugs.
we continue
It's
bouncing
drugs.
down the road.
Solved in our sincerity.
So where are you heading? Who's got the map at this point? Krusty? Krusty, where are
I
you
have
leading
the
everybody?
map. I think that they're going to look for us on the road with their horses. So I think we should just cut across this big field with that little hill there, and then we can go to that very fancily named place that Vanity suggested.
Perfect. Yeah, the Hill Gnomes of Antioch, the map says. And as you begin bouncing, you notice these small hills begin popping up all around you. And within these hillsides, you see these small little towers and little kind of castles. And it's very quickly becomes this sort of sea of small cities that surround you. And as you are riding and riding, you get only so far on the horse before you hear a deafening pop. Psst. And the hearse beneath you, Vanity, begins to sink.
Rude.
And it lies flat. And as you look down at your hearse, you pluck out a small metal spear.
Ooh.
Gently disentangle my limbs from this popped hearse.
Yeah.
And I pick at the spear and I look at it on all sides.
Yeah, it's a small little, like, intricately made, it looks like a little doll spear. It's very cute. It's adorable almost.
Is someone throwing shit at me again? One of you?
Not
No,
me.
no,
Not this time.
no.
Dunstan?
Not that.
But, that appears to be a cheese fork.
I was thinking toothpick.
Oh, it is.
And as you look down, you kind of realize that you're standing between a number of small figures. They're only about an inch or two high.
Oh.
And they're all sort of running around you, but very slow. And as you careen your neck to hear, and everyone sort of slows, you hear screams and tiny little micro explosions. And as you sort of take a moment and zoom in, you see on the small hillside 2 of these small little gnomish creatures. One is like weeping over a body of a fallen little soldier, and he seems to be giving a passionate speech, but it just sounds like.
I suppose when you leave halflings to their own devices, they get exponentially smaller.
It is known to happen.
Reductive. And it seems, after a moment, it seems like there's like a civil war going on between two kind of similarly looking mounds that you've just sort of walked right in between.
Wow. Okay. It appears we have walked into a miniaturized civil war between the gnomish people.
As musicians, we have a role here in this conflict.
That's
We
right.
need to start a charity fundraiser concert. Right here. Right now.
That makes
But
sense.
only for the side that didn't murder the horse. Horse, my apologies.
And as you're sort of
Disrespectful.
talking, you see that one of these tiny little things is trying to talk to you. It's like pointing. It's like.
Hey, do we
Does
still
it-
have that announcer's megaphone?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yes, we've got.
Even though we can't understand you or your conflict, we will get in the middle of it.
Krusty wants to take the giant...
Just like musicians.
Just like musicians do. Krusty wants to take the big megaphone, turn it around so we can use it as a listening device, and
Yeah, and it's like
lean
full volume.
over.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey! Oh, this is so loud. I didn't expect it to be so loud. Hi!
Hello!
You kind of walked in the middle of something here.
Yeah, our bad.
My name's Boric.
Hi,
And
Boric.
That's Twiddle.
Hi,
And This is my
Twiddle.
cousin, Country Ham.
Hey, Country Ham! How you doing?
No problem. How you
sorry-
doing? We've been having a 7-year civil war, and you just kind of walked
Wow.
in the middle of it.
Yeah, our bad. I didn't know. Sorry. So they've been having a 7-year civil war. We're in the middle of it now. Yeah,
Every year
we'd
for them
love
is
to
probably
do
a
what we
minute for
can,
us.
help raise some money for
It's
the
been a whole year
cause.
since you responded. What's going on?
Oh, jeez. It appears that they are in a separate timeline as us, and years are
because they're so
passing.
small. They experience
Yes,
gravity
it-
differently.
it
They're all
goes
going to be
much
dead
faster.
by the
Are
time
you
we
the
call them
man
again.
that spoke to my grandfather?
Yes, I am. Please tell me, which side is the good side?
Well, 3 years ago, it was the other side, but then nuclear war came, and now I
Ask
feel
the-
that we are all enemies here.
Krusty,
Wow.
Ask them if they have any uranium.
Do you have any uranium?
I am but an old man now. It's been so long since we spoke. But I really appreciate you responding to me. No one believed you were real, but I believed. I believed.
I mean, can't you? Oh, hey, hello? Can't you see us though? We're here.
Father?
We're right in
Father?
front of your faces.
Father! Oh no!
They're-
Grandfather's dead!
They're in the post-apocalypse now.
Yeah. Hello, small creature. Have you thought instead of warring against each other to band together for the good of your
They've moved all the
community?
way back around.
We are the new people. We do not worry about war. Thank you for aiding us.
You're welcome.
Your presence as God has created unity amongst all our peoples in the hill gnomes of Antioch region.
Did you just say I'm a god?
Yes. All of you are.
I am a
call the
normal
one
person, just like
Dunstan.
everybody else. People think that I'm a god just because I'm a fucking unicorn. Dear God, dear God, why would you do this to me? I thought you were
Are you
involved
speaking to
with
God?
different
Get
kind
away
of
from him!
people.
No!
At this point, Vanity's finished setting up all their equipment, and she's like, "We are Vulgar Solstice, and we're here to rock!" And she just starts jamming out on her xylophone so fucking loud that
All
like
the little things go. Woo! They're flying away.
I think we really did some good here today.
And as you clean up your, sorry, go ahead, Paul.
I would like to start taking these little gnomes. I would like just picking them up, and I would like to put them inside of the deflated hearse. Because my plan is that they will all start to then exhale, and their exhale will rejuvenate the hearse, and then from the inside they can patch the hearse, and we can continue on our way.
Yeah, no, but they're all in there,
I made progress in one way at least.
and you can hear them. And
There's no food in there.
and one
We've
says,
given them shelter to survive the fallout.
I am the great-great-great-grandson of Country Ham. Thank you, Bala, for saving us. I will tell you that the forest of Oops is no laughing matter. Speak with the orcs or Miffle the elf for help passing, and whatever you do, stay away from Stephen Arbuckle.
I wasn't writing that down.
I got
well, he's
you.
already dead, so.
Arbuckle. Well, Dunstan grabs the megaphone, leans in close to whichever stragglers are still around. I am your god.
They all go flying away.
Dunstan Bunting! And I command thee! When those dwarves come marching up this hill, destroy their ankles, stab their toes, annihilate them. Their flesh will feed you for ages. They are getting awfully close, though. We might want to keep moving.
And you just see now, like, there's just a sea of death. It's just like,
But
it's like a graveyard.
I think we did some real good here today, guys.
We did.
And now we get to add charity concert to our CV.
That's true.
Moving up in the world.
If they live fast, they should procreate quickly. So the hearth should be full of these gnomes. Repopulated by the girth of their masses. They grew over time.
Yeah, and over time you have a hearse filled with dead gnomes.
Yes!
It's like a
Vanity,
chunky,
you
wet.
are right.
It's like sand. Like
Full of
You're welcome.
fucking and dying and shit and
Yeah, you did
sorrow.
I think that
the
hearse
worst
has gone
hearse
beyond
ever.
life into some other fugue state.
yeah.
It's terrifying to watch.
But yeah, you do see on the far, far horizon that it seems like perhaps the dwarves have exited, finished drinking their pee bucket, and they're interested in looking your way.
Oh, we keep
Still
going.
very far away, but you know.
All right,
You're not too far at all.
on to the forest where it's scary and we need to talk to orcs or Miffle, but we got to stay away from Arbuckle.
So on the map you have Miffle, Bottom Scrump, or
Nice.
the orcs of the Eastern Shore in the west.
The
Which you
farthest
do
is
recall,
too
they named themselves the Eastern Shore before realizing that they were in the west, so they just tagged it on there.
I'm familiar with the words Miffle Bottom Scrump, but I'm not sure they mean what I think they do.
Krusty, since you are or were a unicorn, can I
Thank
please ride your horse instead?
Yes, you may, for
Thank you.
this is not indignant of me to offer the working horse to the
I'm already
front
on your
woman
horse.
and
I'm riding
lady.
away.
Perfect.
What's Krusty? Would
Yes.
it be?
Don't
we've
you
got to-
fucking ask.
But
You're gonna ask, aren't you?
would you like a ride?
Oh.
Dunstan? No! Thank you for asking! That's the kindest thing you've ever offered me, and I really appreciate the work you're doing to look past this beautiful, gorgeous, rainbow-soaked outside
You
and
are
look at the inside of this.
your inside is rainbow soaked too. Your blood is ultraviolet and your soul is starlight. And if you'd said yes, it would have killed me, but I wanted you to know that I would die for for your friendship and your beautiful sparkly mane. Now let's. They are getting close now.
Yes, no, we should definitely go.
Inspiration for William. That was good. That was a good little speech off the cup. And inspiration for James because he's doing great. And inspiration for my love because you're also doing great. Inspiration all around.
I can't wait to use it on my first roll of the game.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
Ditto.
So you're heading to Miffle Bottom Scrump or the Orcs of the Eastern Shore in the West?
I'm intrigued by the farther distance. I want to go there instead.
I refuse to look at a map or choose.
Perfect. So Bala cares and starts going the farther distance. Mm-hmm. Krusty, Dunstan.
In
Bala
the
knows
absence
what's
of a
up.
manager, follow Bala.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Perfect.
I think Bala's the only one with a little bit of sense.
Yep.
No one
Yes.
has died following me yet that I care to remember.
So you head across the plains.
Me?
You head across the plains to the Orcs of the Eastern Shore in the west. And as you approach, you see the well-guarded outpost in the tower. You see an orc point at you and go, and the large gate opens and a large orc walks out. He's about 6 times your size, Bala, rippling muscles and a mohawk, purple mohawk from the tip to the tail, all the way, like literally his tail. And orcs have tails.
The other one.
This one does.
Well, no, all orcs do. In this world. And he looks down at you.
What I do for it.
He's so polite.
I make the gesture that has garnered so many positive relationships in my long weathered life, and I extend my arms upwards and I say, up. And I wait to be picked from the ground.
And he looks around, and there's like 3 orcs with bows on the palisades or whatever, and they're just like, and he like looks back and he picks you up.
Ooh.
And everyone starts
friends.
clapping in the background.
Yes. Yes, of course.
We
My
are
friend.
married now.
I accept your marriage as I accepted every other before you.
Congratulations!
Oh, this is so wonderful. I'm
And he
so
puts you
glad
back
we
down
came.
and he pats your head, and he says,
You need help in Forest of Oops getting through?
We have all the help we need now that we are married, my love.
He says, okay, but I can eat anything I want, and you can't stop me, okay?
How are your preferences towards gnomes? Small, dead, inside a hearse.
Irrelevant.
We shall make a fine couple.
and then he takes a few steps towards the woods, but he stops and he like looks at Dunstan, and he's like,
But I can eat anything I want, okay? And you can't stop me, okay?
I stop you?
Yeah.
Perish the thought.
That's just the deal, okay?
It will be our wedding present for the
Thank you.
ages.
and he takes another step and he turns to Krusty and he's like,
Anything I want, okay?
Is he trying to eat me? And if so, which kind?
No! Blah!
Are you gonna eat any of us?
No.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay, but anything else I want, right?
All yours, buddy.
Do you
and he
want
turns
to?
to you, Vanity, and he's like,
Deal.
I have one caveat. I have a rider. When we arrive at the king's palace, that you are not permitted to eat. Anything else is yours.
Wife?
and he turns to you for like an okay.
The power of music is such that this is non-negotiable. You shall eat with your heart and with your ears, but not with your lips.
Okay,
Save
brother, you
those
guys.
for me.
Okay.
And he starts skipping off towards the forest of oops.
Vanity, I didn't get them a wedding present, did you?
No, this is her 16th wedding. I couldn't possibly.
I've tried to slow them down.
14
this
is still
year.
gonna be my favorite.
How many of these do you people usually have?
Well, what day is it?
We're musicians.
And as you turn around and follow this new orc that you didn't ask the name into the forest of
Irrelevant.
oops, you hear an orc on the top say,
Stay away from Stephen Arbuckle!
Well, we've got that. That's the one note we've got.
Okay!
Wait, is that our husband's name?
you don't know. What do you mean our husbands?
Oh.
Now it's a group husband?
Vanity always finds her way into the middle of these things.
It's great. So you have the Forest of Oops beneath you and Miffle Bottle Scrum, but it seems like the orc is heading towards the forest.
Krusty, have you ever had an arch nemesis?
Oh yeah, several times.
Ooh, what was
Have
it
you?
like?
Have you not? Have you never had a guys? We have an arch nemesis virgin over here. Oh man,
I've come here peacefully, but
no, it's fine. It's fine.
every time someone says Stephen Arbuckle, I'm filled with rage and loathing. So
Maybe
Oh.
he'll be your first.
Maybe he's my arch nemesis.
Oh.
That's
I
sweet.
wouldn't mind hating a man named Arbuckle.
I weave you a flower crown because I've been weaving one for Bala, and I put one on each of your heads. This
I do not
is for
accept.
your. Oh,
I'll take hers.
So innocuous. I don't accept. That's so funny.
this. I go over to Krusty. This is for Bala's wedding. I put it on your horn.
Congratulations, Bala. You like lock eyes with Bala as you put on Krusty's
It's
head.
like having a designated runner, but it's like a designated gift acceptor.
I love it. That's so good.
And Dunstan, this flower crown is for having your very first arch enemy.
Yes,
This is great.
this is going to be beautiful.
Vanity, we know you've done a lot of prep for this. And so we all wanted to come together, and we got you this little box of mythical grade drugs.
Oh, you shouldn't. And she takes them immediately. And
You
not,
pay
I,
the money in.
she doesn't take them, but she has them in her hands, and she's like,
We've been saving it for a very special occasion. It's been distilled 6 times and half.
It's a pile of magic rocks we stole from an alchemist, so they all do different things.
Yes, but we ground them up, so it's all going to happen kind of together. Anyway, we really hope you like it. Thank you so much for planning all of this.
Rainbow dust.
well, this is wonderful, and I'm going to share them with you.
Oh,
I mean, I'm going to have
Oh, you
most
don't
of
have
them.
to, no.
Oh, good.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take
Right.
I'll take a hit. Yeah.
And
when
but
it
not
comes
right
to it.
now.
No, not right now.
I think we should wait so that right before we go on stage,
Yes.
it'll hit.
Yes, that's
You know,
great.
that'll
Yeah,
help the music.
I support this greatly. Yes.
Yes.
Where is
Good.
your husband going?
He's heading. He's like halfway to the forest by now because he was guiding you through it.
Yeah,
we're
we're
still-
following.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, yeah.
we
So are you
do all
passing
of this.
Miffle? Are you not worrying about Miffle?
Yeah,
Bottom
fuck
Scrum?
that guy.
Okay. So you head towards the Forest of Oops, and as you pass Miffle Bottle Scrumps, you give her the middle finger,
Mm-hmm.
and you see an old, cute elf on her porch that you're just flipping off. You're like, fuck you, side quest. It's perfect. And as you head towards...
I moon her as we go by.
Yeah, she's kind of into it, actually. She's
We-
like
we-
angry,
we-
and she's like, oh.
I'm vanity, so.
The Timpani Thunder entertains side quests as we entertain side stages. Never.
Anyway, so you head to the Forest of Oops. It's a claustrophobic forest all of a sudden, and as you arrive, you notice that your orc husband has been waiting for you at the edge of it. And he says,
Would you prefer me to go back to my single syllable, or can I be more eloquent?
You know, I am all for one for breaking out of the bonds of which a society has cast you in. So, dude, be as eloquent as you want. You don't have to be single syllable with us.
Well, I'm the opposite, actually. I grew up in a family of philosophers and
Oh, wow.
literature.
You know what?
So I prefer to
You
be
be-
simple.
You be you. You be simple. That's fine. We support it.
I like more.
And I'm sorry. What is your name?
Ern. We have a new manager.
Oh.
My name was Turg.
That name is gone. It is Ern now.
Now, yes.
It's like he never left us.
it's Turg with 8 G's. T-U-R with 8 G's.
Solon the third.
G for gone.
Yeah. No, he had a stutter. Anyway,
G
he
for
walks into,
good husband.
yeah.
Yes.
He walks into the Forest of Oops and he says,
Careful. Holes.
And he starts looking around, and he's like crouching and looking back and forth on the ground, but not really looking anywhere. Like a kid acting as if they're like, "Okay, kid, action, look around." He's like doing that. He's like,
Holes?
That's a good play. I've seen it a couple times.
"Holes are a theme of this."
You've seen holes a couple of times?
Yeah, the play holes. You know, kid
yeah.
gets accused of stealing some fancy shoes, goes off to a working kids camp, and they dig a bunch of holes. There's some poisonous lizards, and it turns out onions are magic.
And as you say onions are magic, Krista, you step into a hole. And suddenly you are transported. You feel yourself elongated and stretching. You're twisting, you're turning. Your face is going close to the camera and then far away. And then you pop out of a hole. And Dunstan, from your perspective, as you're talking to Krusty, you see Krusty fall into this pretty large hole in the ground. And then he pops out like 100 feet away from a similarly looking hole on the other side of the forest. You just kind of see him to your west now.
He's been directed by James Gunn.
That was a trip. I did not appreciate that trip. That was a good trip. Was it a good trip?
We'll find out.
Dunstan, yeah, you jump into the hole and it kind of whirls you around, and the inside almost looks like organic, and it spits you back out, but you're in a different hole now from Krusty. You're like at another one, and Vanity, you see from a hole to your like from 30 feet away, you see Dunstan just pop out of it.
Ooh, this is radical. Vanity like slides down on her side into a hole.
Yeah, you jump into a hole and you're getting like tumbled around, and you pop out, and you're like 100 feet further towards your destination than Krusty was.
Beat that, fuckos!
Oh, it's on. Krusty will dive headfirst.
Yeah, you dive
Into the nearest
headfirst
hole.
into a hole, but it's not a hole; it's just a mud puddle.
Oh,
And
no.
You just like dive headfirst because you're not looking. You just smash your face.
Oh, in the horn.
Oh,
Dunstan,
right
like,
in the horn.
That probably hurts so bad.
Dunstan looks at a hole and really wants to jump in, but then remembers that Dunstan is carrying like several sort of boxes lashed across his waist. He kind of looks at them both and then just starts gingerly walking through this forest of holes towards
Following
Krusty and
turd /
Vanity.
urn.
Yeah.
Bala?
Bala has been listening to the cacophony of her band plunging through each of these holes and the screams of agony and joy, pleasure. And she has now put together those notes into a fearsome song, and she would like to complete the song in the way that gets her the furthest from this forest and chooses that hole.
I like it. Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes.
Perfect. You jump into that hole and it rockets you out at the edge to the point where like there's like a slow motion moment where you're like, and in that moment of tranquil flying through the sky, you have a memory of your favorite memory from childhood. What was it?
It was the time I was on the beach, staring into the light, and I saw the hills, the green hills, and I said to myself, those hills are too green. Never shall I approach them again. And then I returned home. That was the end.
And you smash into the ground, like skidding across, leaving like a meteor-like streak in the ground as like bits of grass get stuck in your teeth and your eyes and dirt in your ears and your nose, and you're like coughing and just like slides to a stop
Oh my
as
God.
your orc husband like walks out of the forest behind you. He's like, "Good job." He like picks you up by your feet and shakes you, and all the grass falls out, and he flips you up.
Rotates me. Proper.
Your favorite memory is one time you saw some cool hills and you said, "Fuck you, hills."
Oh, I'm gonna give you
Do
inspiration.
it. Give it right back.
Inspiration from using the inspiration and then making it even better. You double inspiration. Good job. Yeah, and you're out of the forest of oops, and you see to the east of you, you see the Bridge People city, and to the south of you, you see Mound.
Well, we know how Bala feels about hills, so maybe.
I'm glad we all had that shared experience. The drugs hitting precisely when they were supposed to. I didn't know we took that strain that gives us all a shared memory from one of us exactly 13 hours after we take it.
It's just all of our consciousnesses bleeding into each other.
Oh,
a beautiful
man.
unity that
I
allows
love
us
that
to
one.
jam,
That's good.
to make music that comes from the spirit of us collectively. Yes.
Bella chooses to omit the fact that we have all had our hill moments, and it is simply you all remembering your own times with those hills. And also the drugs, the many
In metaphor.
Wisely spoken, Bella. Wisely spoken.
as always. You're
City, carriage, horses, sky whales, hasty transportation to the king.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to the king. Yeah, I'm down for
In
city.
a number of hours, yes, to perform
Yes.
for our lives.
You notice that you're kind of already a third of your time used up. You have but 6 hours to make it to the king.
All right.
Also concerning you is the fact that you do notice that there are 2 kings, but that's a later problem.
Notice that.
You arrive to the Bridge People. As you arrive in the Bridge People town, you see a bridge lower down and you walk. And as you begin walking in this town, you notice an odd thing. You notice that everything you walk on is in some form a bridge. In fact, all the houses are on bridges, and all of the people seem to just mutter the word bridge. At least when they're not talking to you. You stop a man who walks by and he says, bridge, bridge, bridge. Ugh. Bridge.
This is what happens in a town where no one ever played music.
Excuse us, sir.
Bridge?
We are trying to find the fastest route across this lovely
Bridge.
countryside.
And he points to a big bridge in the center of town.
Yes, very good.
Bridge?
Convenient.
Sky whale. Do you have a sky whale? Can we rent a sky? Guys, I'm gonna do something a little cockamamie here, okay?
We won't judge you.
Bridge.
Bridge! And you hear all the people around go, bridge! And he points you to the big bridge and walks away.
Krusty, you are truly the hooves of the people.
What?
You approach the giant bridge that seems to span the gap between this continent and the next one, the one you need to be on. And as you do approach, you notice that there is a man standing there, and he has a sign around his neck that says, I say more words than bridge.
Oh.
You might get along well with this one, eh?
Town elder.
Time before.
Yes, from the before times.
A welcome sight.
A
Hello.
bridge into the future.
Hello, my name is Borgot Tom Blomblil.
Good to meet you, Borgat.
Blomblil.
Tom Blomblil.
Blomblil.
Tom Blomblil.
Tom? No. Borgot Tom
Borgat.
Blomblil.
Tom Blomblil.
I feel like if I was
Borgat Tom
making
Blomblil.
a movie of the journey of our lives, I would cut you from it. But
Why, thank you.
so nice to meet you. You just wouldn't fit tonally with the rest of it.
Ah, quite. Would you like to use the bridge?
Unless you
Yeah.
have a faster way.
The bridge is the only way, and frankly, anything else is cockamamie. The bridge is the only thing you should be taking. It is the most beautiful thing. And as you're studying Borgot Tom Blomblil's face, you recognize that he has braces. Little metal bridges between his teeth. And in fact, he also has like a septum piercing that seems to just bridge his nostrils. And even he has metal bridging his mouth and his ears. Don't you like bridges?
I have always said that bridges are the best way to walk across water.
Bridge! And you hear the town behind. Bridge. Right, so 5 gold each then.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you want to take this one, or should I? Yes, actually, we can give you much more than 5 gold.
Ha ha! Brilliant! Brilliant!
Just let me grab it right here. Pulls out a couple little gold slips of paper here. These are tickets to a show tonight at the King's Castle live. And now you might see us play for the king and win acclaim and cosmic glory. You might see us get beheaded, but either way, it'll be a good time. These are
Which
selling...
king is it that you're playing for? King Morton or King Greasley?
Yeah, one of them. And you see, these are selling for 50 to 100 gold on the aftermarket right now, scalpers. So these are really a bargain for you.
May I inspect? Oh, yes. Now,
Certainly.
interesting bit of information here. These are worth much less than the 5 gold I was asking for. They're just pieces of paper. Gold is made of a tough kind of metal-y material. So I'll need that. And he hands it back to you. And you can tell he's not mocking you. He just thinks you're dumb.
I would like to approach, and instead of gold, I would like to offer a trade.
What would you like to trade?
You appear to be a people of bridges.
Bridge! And everyone around screams bridge. Bridge!
Bridge.
Although it may not appear it by the visage of my compatriots, we are also those of the bridge. And we agree to build through passion a bridge to cross your bridge.
Blade.
We unleash our instruments, and we will play the bridge to our chorus, but never get to it, because we will remain on the bridge.
We start to play. We all know exactly
hold on,
what
before
song
you
it
start
is.
to play, let me just say.
It's too late!
No, let me just say, I accept. Brilliant use of the word bridge. And he says, listen, I love bridges. I had other options out, but this is my favorite. And he sits to the side and he crosses his legs, and then he crosses them again because his legs are like spaghetti noodles. Like he crosses them back. And it's very weird, but kind of cute. And he says, proceed to play while you cross, please.
We bridge and we bridge and we bridge our way through the bridge, and on the bridge we bridge again.
And it keeps wanting to resolve back to the chorus, but it never does.
Never. The
And
bridge
it's
is where we
strange
live.
that it would be, that it is, and it's almost, but not quite, and it's over here, actually.
Great job. Very fun. Yeah, you make your way across the bridge by playing a bridge. Good job, Erica. Good thinking. Very funny. I knew you were musicians. I knew for some reason, because this town was gonna like bridges, and I never put those two together. So good job.
I'm glad you did it on purpose.
And as you cross the bridge, you hear the bridgeman on the far side. He says, "I love the bridge. Good luck on your show. Stay away from Stephen Arbuckle."
I hate him!
You're welcome.
And as you cross the bridge, you step off into sort of a large mountainous side. You see a huge mountain to the north and a smaller one to the south, and on the map it seems to be called Death Pass. But before you get there, you come upon some ruins, something called Delilah's Ruins. You come down from the bridge, and suddenly the sky is overcast and it's dark, and you see the ruins of a small town, perhaps at one point. Now only fallen cobblestones, chest high, and a weird wispy wind goes.
Whose chest?
Let me see if anyone is around. Hey there, Delilah! What's it like in those ruins?
I know that reference.
Anyway, so we're going to pay the bills with these loots. Let's move on.
Your call is answered, Dunstan.
Oh.
Suddenly, a thick smoke kind of fills the area, and a figure appears before you.
I never thought you'd write back.
And she steps forward. Delilah. She is a fair maiden of fair quality and fairly average height. And she walks towards you, and she says, "Hello, I am Delilah.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
You
Hello, Delilah.
called me. You said my name.
Yes. I was greeting you. How are you?
I am dead.
That's unfortunate.
not all
A real mood killer right there.
Do not walk through Death Pass.
Is that how you died?
Yes.
Was
And
it called Death
and you
Pass at
see
the
the back.
time?
She turns around, you see the back of her ghostly head, and it's cracked open from a fallen stone, and there's blood all
Ooh.
down her back.
That's not healing
She
up
turns
anytime soon.
around.
Need some Neosporin.
Neat.
Yeah, your orc friend is like,
Oh, that looked painful.
she's like, it was.
So how do we get through? How do we get over to the king's castle?
Death Pass is not death for all of you.
Oh,
Only
that's
one
good
if you
news.
fare to gamble. However, you could take the swamp to the south and walk around the pass.
Ah, well, let's see. Is there a reason you didn't go through the swamp the first time?
They didn't exist.
So it was just normal land then?
I'm 2 million years old.
Oh, nice. When is your birthday? Me too.
October 22nd.
October 23rd, but we were so close.
Can I ask you a favor before you leave these ruins?
Capricorn.
Can you please take one of my stones? And she gestures to the ruins, which is made of all these small cobblestones.
I don't touch a lady's stones. Krusty?
Yeah, okay, it's consensual, sure.
Please.
Like that.
Krusty, you take a stone?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Cool.
What do you want me to do with it?
Don't
it
grind
on
that
you.
one up.
Just keep it on you.
Just carry it.
Vanity Bala, would
Forever?
you please take one too?
Okay.
Oh.
What are my options
To take a stone,
of the stones?
the best one, and she points to one that's the best.
Oh.
I give that to Vanity, who deserves
No.
the best.
I don't take it. I walk over
I see the
and I
flowers.
pick the tiniest pebble up and I tuck it in my bra.
Do you not want a stone, Vanity?
Is this this a stone?
Your friend gifted you a better stone, but you
gifted
took the
her-
smallest one.
I don't think I can want to carry that.
I sense deep, deep ego in you, Vanity.
Now listen. The thing is that
Take
you're
the stone.
2 million
Take the
years
stone.
old
Just take a stone.
and it's very
Take
far.
a better stone. Take that one. She puts the nice green one.
Take my stone.
Take Balia's.
Take-
Take
take
someone's
my
stone.
stone.
Take a bigger stone.
Come, Vanity, take it.
How big is it?
It's really big.
Stone size.
I walk over and I take it
Good job.
and I hold it until she's looking away and, I put it down.
Yeah, and Dahlia like fades away. Delilah, I mean, she fades away.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm not
Right.
carrying this.
And she pops back. I knew it. You're a jerk, Vanity.
No,
A dead girl just asked you to take a stone, and you're like, no. Suck on this, and she jumps inside you.
My
And
God.
Vanity, you hear a voice in your head now.
no! Stay away.
I
Yeah,
think
you
she's
play
on
both
it.
now. You do a John and Arthur thing or something.
I think
I
she's
can't do
on
that.
it. She's on the
We don't have to do John and Arthur,
not
but,
you.
but you play two characters now. You're playing Delilah and you're playing Vanity.
Now listen up, you stupid, selfish girl. You pick up one of these stones, or I'm going to make your life a living hell. Well, that doesn't make any sense. What's happening to me?
You got ghost in you.
I don't want this. I have to play a show. The show is of no import. Silly girl.
Vanity, this is why I always refuse your flower crowns.
But they're so...
The right things.
Vanity walks over like a puppet and bends down, and she's like slapping her own arm out of the way. She squats down and picks up a stone and then throws it over her shoulder. Walks over and tries to pick up another stone. Just let me! It's not! Knock it off! Ugh! And eventually she grabs kind of like a watermelon-sized stone, and she's just standing there crying.
Krusty's gonna go over and just like put a little cloak or like a blanket around you.
There. We've been talking about adding a new member to the band, so
Bala puts her stone in her pocket.
You do realize, Vanley, that now you can hit a whole extra octave with you're like starting to understand. You're like, oh wait a minute, like
it goes from high C to banshee.
Oh, that's good.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
That's great.
All right, inspiration to Dunstan. Yeah. Also inspiration to Joe for playing
Doing
Go So
dual.
Well.
Yeah,
Good,
great.
good
Dual wielding role
physical
play.
comedy there.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, you have Death Pass or the Swamp of Scobie.
Well, I'm one for the place not named Death Pass, because Frank. Oh, technicalities though. If they kill one of us, and there's two of you, Vanity, could we just dump Delilah? With
We
our gamble?
cannot go through Death Pass.
Which one of you am I talking to?
Yes.
All right, swamps. Everyone
Does
for
it-
swamps.
You head south.
Does,
Sorry.
does the death pass only take one person?
That I know of.
I
that's
say
an
we
important
take the death
nomenclature.
pass.
It is straighter.
It is a straighter route, more direct.
Yes. And as we take death pass, I would like to take the hands of my love, Ern, and say, Ern, your eyes are beautiful.
Thank
They
you.
glow like a sun. I felt such love when you first picked me up and then shortly put me down afterwards. But after staring at you for so long, I've realized that you are too green. And
What?
I've had such terrible memories, favorite terrible memories of hills that were too green. We must part ways, and you must walk ahead us in the death pass to lay down your life for your love. This is non-negotiable. It is my rider as well.
Okay.
And he starts walking towards Death Pass.
Not Kirsty. Not another divorce.
I should be married again in the morning.
It's okay.
I get so
They're
attached to
doing it.
them.
I know, but you gotta remember,
I swear it's
Dunstan.
one of us.
You gotta remember, it's not your relationship. You gotta let them be their own people and go their separate ways.
His name was Ern. I looked up to him as much of a father as the original Ern.
Perfect. So you start walking through Death Pass.
Previous Ern, not original.
Yeah, and you see Torg walking like Turg walking like 100 feet ahead of you. He's like looking around nervously for rocks. And when you get to about the halfway point, too far to run back and too far to kind of run out, you sort of all stop as you feel this eerie. The air almost gets sucked out of the valley, and a voice goes,
Choose who dies.
I wait for my love to surrender his love to the
He turns
love
around and
of
is
the
like,
light.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to vote Balia.
Delilah!
Delilah's like, Dunstan! And Vanity's like, Dunstan.
Bala has taken offense to this poor decision of her love. It seems as though marrying someone who married so hastily was not a sign of good judgment. Because Bala entered Death Pass not with a group of people, but with one person, one orc, and her band. So, to my beautiful musicians of varying, equally gorgeous names, some being better than others, but I will not define which one it was, I would like to ask all of you to join with me now in harmony and oust Ern as we ousted the last Ern.
I change my vote to Delilah if that helps.
Mysterious voice! I vote for you!
Oh, hey, good one. I vote for the person asking as well.
Is that
changed-
allowed?
I changed my vote to the invisible riddle sphinx, yes.
I'm gonna go with the voice, with the magic voice.
If I am outvoted, then I am outvoted. My vote stays with Ern.
Must be unanimous.
Just this once, let your ex-husband live.
Bala, listen. You can always kill him later.
That is true.
Slowly.
That is truer. Very well, I shall accept the counsel of my band. I love all of you so much. The voice, then.
What? I didn't. No!
And you hear the voice you see the mountains go,
Man. Totally.
God is subject to his own rules.
Makes you think. Wow, my philosophy father would really love this.
says Turg as he turns around and walks out of the valley. And as you pass out of the valley from the other side, you see there's a cart there and a man leaning against it, smoking a cigarette. And he's like, "And I'm dead with you.
What?
If
I'm
they
dead
are,
with you. You got through your death valley.
if they're,
Yeah.
well, yes, there's Delilah.
No. Any bodies? Any?
Oh!
Who?
No, no one, and no one will ever die again, as
We
we have vanquished
killed the mountain.
Death Valley voice.
Sorry to put you out
Well,
of the job.
we didn't really. Was there a reward?
Hold on. You killed Benjamin.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we did not. We did not kill anybody.
Benji.
Benji
Murdered
killed
him.
himself.
And the man skips away, runs into the past, screaming Benji.
Quickly, his cart.
Yes.
We're running out of time.
Nice.
I've been carrying
Yeah.
crates all day. So.
And I put down the giant rock.
Right. All right.
Perfect. Yeah. So you are now past the Death Pass. You see, the castles aren't too far away. King Morton's castle and King Greasley's castle. You see there's the broken cliffs of madness that lead towards the dwarven peoples of Krigglytooth, or you could head north through Stephen Arbuckle's town, Corker Town, and Mystery Tower. And the
I
whole
literally cannot conceive of going through the broken cliffs of madness. So I think we should visit my nemesis, Stephen Arbuckle. The time
Yeah,
has
let's take his
come.
house.
I'll set him ablaze with him inside of it.
Yeah.
Render his bones into ash.
Yeah.
Who is Stephen Arbuckle? Well, of
He
course,
is
Stephen
my
Arbuckle.
Nemesis.
Yes.
Yeah, Delilah knows nothing other than, she doesn't tell you anything other than stay away from him.
You should stay away from Stephen Arbuckle. Shut up, Delilah.
Delilah's like super submissive now.
That's a good start to his. That could be a good start
You
to
got
his
through
song.
Death Pass. You took a stone. That's all I needed from you.
Shut up, Delilah.
Perfect. So you head north to Stephen Arbuckle's town just as the sun begins to set. You now have only a few hours before showtime, and as you ride into Stephen Arbuckle's town, you are greeted by a large windmill, a number of small houses, a large stately manor in the center, and yet it is completely vacant. There are
good.
no people in this town, seemingly. It is quiet, it is serene, it is off-putting. And yet, one house, not the stately manor, one smallish house, just off the center, has a light on its window.
We need to ask somebody about which king to visit.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm not great at having these kinds of conversations, so
Dunstan, I think it's time. It's time for you to confront your arch nemesis, face to face.
would that I could smite him from this very earth, but if we must this information from him, then I will put aside my deathly grudge to get that instead.
And then you can kill him. And Krusty is going to hand Dunstan a knife.
That's awfully convenient. Where do you keep this?
I got places.
I gave it to him.
Thank you. Right. Well then, my friends, if I have not returned by the last light of the moon, then by then you are all dead because you missed your performance.
Yeah.
It
True statement.
starts walking
That is
up the hill.
That is a true statement.
Starts walking ceremoniously up the hill towards Arbuckle's door.
we're not really gonna let him do this by himself, are we?
He's only second loot.
You're right. We should all go and confront Stephen Arbuckle together as a band and, dare I say, a family.
flips the knife as I reach the door, and like Martin Luther, drive it into the woodwork.
Yeah, and as you drive it in, the door opens, and Stephen Arbuckle stands there, and he looks at the knife, and he kind of looks at you. And he's a tall, 6'2" man, brown hair, wearing simple plain clothes. He's eating a corn dog, and he's just kind of chewing. He's like, "Oh, hey, Dunstan. Hey, guys." He waves at the three of you as you're walking up the hill.
Do I
You guys want to
recognize
crash
him?
again? Well, wait, don't you guys have a show tonight? Oh, come in. And he like steps away from the door, and he like welcomes you in.
It's fine. Yeah, right. Yes, Stephen. Hello again.
And you enter and you see a gorgeous little kitchen. He's been rolling out dough. There's like a fresh baked loaf on the
He's
thing.
making corn dogs?
Yeah, he's like putting. Oh yeah. He's putting his apron back on. He's got flour all over. He's like got a handsome kind of thin beard. He's like looking down. He's got his little book open. He's like, "Sorry, I was just trying to."
You smell nice.
Thank you. Come on in, guys. Come on in.
Yes.
Bala, you left a ring in the room last time. Krusty, I have your horseshoes. I think they're. And he like scoops around. He picks them in a basket. Here, these are. You left them as well. Vanity, I am so sorry, but your mother sent this letter, and he hands a letter to you, and he's like, "And Dunstan, you were right. It was B flat minor. I'm so stupid. I feel so dumb. Come in, guys. It's cold out.
Good.
Shut the door. Come on."
Yes, remember that for next time. One little detail I must get from you, Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Yeah,
With a V. Who goes by Steve half the time.
Yeah, well, my grandfather passed away, and my dad thought it would be honorable because he sacrificed his life for.
One more
me.
fool in a long string of fools.
Yeah, he was a goofball. He used to love magic. He taught me this, and he does like a little magic trick for you.
You're not wearing your jester's hat.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you. I'm so sorry,
Yes.
Dunstan. Please.
Little pithy detail. Do you have tickets to see us tonight by chance?
No. I figured I would just run you guys over in the boat, and he like opens his window. He's like right down next to the water, and there's like a little sailboat directly across from the castle. And he just kind of points down to it. And he's like, I mean, I totally fine if I'm not allowed in. But I'm happy to just listen and wait for you guys to finish and run you back here. Whatever you want, I'm easy.
Yes, it
so
would be
nice.
very nice of you to give us a ride. Yes.
I mean, I don't have to. I'm just
No.
happy to be involved.
We would be happy to accept your help in this, Stephen.
Did anyone want a fresh corn dog while we're waiting? I just baked them here, and he hands corn dogs around.
I
Everybody.
eat one.
Yeah. Bala, I made them with your favorite.
It is
Elf meat.
appreciated. I'll accept this as well.
It would turn to ash in my mouth. Well, all right. Well, there's not a ton of time to waste, so grab your corn dogs, everyone. Stephen, yes, give us a ride to the right castle, which you should know because it's our big show, and obviously, if it mattered to you at all, you would know which castle we were.
Oh, of course, of course, I know. It's well, I can tell you right now. It's which one do you want, Morton or Greasley?
We said it was cross the lake, so
Greasley it is.
Greasley?
It's King Greasley, obviously, and remember, guys, be on your
good.
best because he kills anybody who performs poorly, and I don't want to see that happen to my 4 best friends. We've been through so much.
Dunstan, tell me
It's
when you
true.
finish with your
It's true.
nemesis.
I was into such hard drugs for so long. Your music really turned me around. I had a really rock and roll lifestyle, but it made me feel much better after learning all about you guys.
Our music turned you around from a rock and roll lifestyle. Our music.
Yeah, it was really, really terrible.
Stephen,
Yeah.
we've been on some really hard drugs today.
Oh, guys.
And
I don't judge.
I don't know how to say this. We don't remember who you are.
Oh. Wow.
I
That's
do.
okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
fine.
true.
This corn dog is delicious.
You know
though.
what? Let's not worry about it. Let's just get you to the show. It's totally fine. We have plenty of time. Let's head out there now. And
Okay.
And he like goes to the door and grabs his coat and throws it on.
Steven,
Stephen,
Yeah.
Stephen, we cannot leave just yet. Because you see, there are 5 of us who would need to fit on a boat, and unfortunately, we have brought 6. Stephen, I require your assistance. I need you to kill Ern. My band will not do it because they have betrayed me.
I don't
I
see
need
Ern
you.
anywhere. Where is he?
Stephen, I will need you to find Ern, and then I will need you to kill him.
We have a new urn.
Is he outside?
he's bigger.
He's an orc.
greener,
Sure, I can.
He's
got a
outside.
tail. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Why don't I do this? Why don't I run you all over, and then I'll keep him back in the boat, and I can just get rid of him.
I would feel more comfortable if you would kill him now.
Okay. Well, we don't have much time, so let's
We
go
will
now.
take the boat. We will take the boat and sail on, but I will need to leave over the sound of his wailing death screams. It inspires me to
Sure.
perform.
We'll do it now. I'll untie the dock at least, and he puts on his coat and he kind of opens the front door and he's like.
But
"It won't
before
be
you
long."
go, Stephen, walks up to him. Could you say something arch nemesis-y to me?
Oh, Dunstan, after all we've been through, I couldn't possibly.
Just something. Toss me a line here.
Oh, your breath is.
It's my first time. I don't know how to do it correctly.
Yeah. No. Your breath is.
I've got
is bad.
my oh.
Yeah.
I'm so well. I could get. I've got these flowers. Just just.
It's not actually bad. Actually, you smell wonderful. I figured I needed
So do
something.
you. You always smell like butter. It's so good.
It's all the baking.
Just a little something, and then I can say I've had an arch nemesis for the first time.
Yes.
There's no one I would rather do it with than you.
Well, and to you too. Yes, your breath is terrible, and
My breath is terrible. Your breath, you foul Icarus fiend, is the breath of the grave. For already there is green, wretched blood upon your hands of Ern the Second, the very husband previously of our own beloved Bela.
Yes,
and
well-
you would assist her in this vile murder.
well, now
Be
not
gone
so.
with you into your wretched errands of the night.
Well, I mean,
and
not
be
too much.
foul not our heir
well,
again.
Now.
I do
Okay.
that?
Now that's enough.
no.
And he begins to grow in size, and you see this like sprouting fur begin to rip out from his cloak. He's like,
For 7 years, I have tried to be your friend.
and as you see his like snout extend, and his like teeth begin to sharpen, and his werewolf ears begin to poke out of his hat. He says,
But enough is enough. It is time to make things right.
and he bursts through the door to see Torg there, who's like, and he's like, "Ugh," and he picks him up and he throws him at you, Bala, and he knocks into you, and the two of you go crashing into the side. And he turns towards you, Krusty, and he attacks. What do you do?
Krusty is gonna just kind of like hunch over, and he's gonna try and just stab his horn just straight.
Yeah,
in.
he swipes over your head, and the horn like stabs his underbelly, and he's like, "Ugh," as he like smashes his KitchenAid. Dunstan, you're standing in front of this. What do you do?
Is he still on his feet, or is he going down into sort of a Hamlet-esque third act monologue?
No, he's pretty on his feet still. He's big werewolf boy.
You know what? I assume this is part of it. I never even liked your corn dogs. And I flip the whole tray out through the open front door.
Yeah, and they flip out. And he's like, "Ugh," and as it does, you see that it's like a silver tray, and it slices his little mouth, and it's like starts hissing. And he's like, "Oh!"
Why would he have
turns
that?
And he smashes through the door, and he's like, "Ugh," and he picks up an anvil that's like outside, and he chucks it at you inside the house, Vanity.
Yeah, I dodge out of the way, and then I open my mouth and I scream, and I have this two-part like
Banshee
discordant harmony thing going on, and it actually like the sound waves like move through the air and they catch fire somehow, this sonic energy, and it just roils out in a fireball at him.
Nice. Yeah.
Love it.
It creates this fireball. And it roils over him and singes his fur, and he's like, oh! And he like screams, and he takes a big swipe at the house, and the beams start cracking, and everyone needs to jump out the windows. Dunstan, you are standing next to a window. You dive out. Krusty and Vanity, you kind of roll down the hill towards the water. Bala?
Bala.
Bala.
Bala. The umlauts. You
You
have to pronounce
see-
the umlauts.
You see a chest or a fucking bookshelf falling over on you, and it's about to crush your head, and then a hand comes out, and Turg stands up and helps it, and he lifts it, and he says,
Leave. I'll give you what you want. My death. And you deserve to live. Go now.
and he's like holding it up to give you a moment to leave.
Well done, Stephen. I leave.
Vanity leaves.
And you hear the building crush, but you see no sign of your beloved die. And you see the wolf run off into the distance, howling at the moon.
He was my greatest ally after all.
And my nemesis vanquished.
Vanity is sitting in this rowboat as everyone else piles in, and she takes an oar and then gestures beside her for Dunstan to come and sit. Dunstan, I think we got to talk about the set tonight. We start rowing. Listen, I know that you and I have had it out a lot over the past couple of weeks about the set list.
Yeah, certainly. I feel kind of inspired. I just vanquished an arch nemesis. But
And I just
it was
breathed fire for the first time.
That was wicked. Can you do that on command? Because I think you just invented pyrotechnics.
I don't know, but I feel like for everything the four of us have been through today, that we need to write a new song
Yes.
about this right now.
Rowing?
No, you fucking idiot. Adventuring together and being a family.
Yes, and that's what the song should be called.
Adventuring together and being a family.
In brackets.
No, it's too much. You always do a little bit too much, Dunstan.
I always
reel it
panic.
back.
I'm so sorry.
That's why we make such a great creative team, though. Like Dunstan's always trying to push it a little bit further and a little bit further, and then the rest of us shut it down hard.
You know, I never get tired of it.
And with a hollow thunk, you arrive at the dock of the king, and you see already the lights leading up to the grand palisades,
Right.
to the gorgeous lit stage which lie beyond the main wall. And there's a last moment alone before, as you see a little goblin coming down to fetch you.
Could I get someone to help me with one of these crates? I've got two hefty ones.
What is in here?
You'll see at the show. It's my master achievement. I've been working on them for months. They'll be beautiful.
Yeah, I still don't carry things.
A goblin approaches and he says, "Don't worry, we'll get someone. Come." And there's like 3 other goblins that come and pick up these things. They'll be on stage waiting for you. Now, you are the band for tonight. We have some discrepancies about the name. What is the name?
It's Vulgar Solstice.
And the Dazzlers.
I've already submitted the form with the name in weeks ago.
And he looks to the unicorn for the final random option.
Crust Bunt Quality.
Right. Well, and from behind you, you hear a splash as Turg climbs out of the water behind you, dripping wet, and he says,
The name of the band is the Family Stone.
and the goblin's like, "Okay, I'll write that down."
And he's like, and I'll be in the crowd wishing you well.
No, No, you won't, Turg. You'll be backstage, cheering us on as a manager would. I know this.
Bala will take this up after the show.
And he
Very
turns to you,
complicated.
Bala, and he says, "I'm a werewolf now, so don't fuck with me." And he walks up to the to the stage.
Is that a good thing for you?
We'll see. Depends on who survives.
Oh.
And you ascend the wooden steps as you hear the crowds already restless. The opening act failed. You hear whispers of a clown that tried to entertain that got beheaded in front of everybody. And
As he should be.
Yeah, he was a mime clown too. And you move backstage, the buzz of people moving, carrying things, the four of you feeling the energy of the show, the thrumming in your chest as the crowd is stomping their feet ready for you.
I pass the magical drugs around to everyone.
Yes.
Take them as a group, as a toast. Let us not fail each other the way Stephen failed me.
You know.
But
you
let
know
us
what
steal his totally rad band name and never give him credit for it.
Yes, it's what he would have wanted.
Toast.
A toast. It smells like rain.
And with that, the curtains open. You stand before an audience, quiet, anticipating. You see behind them on a half sort of palisade, hoisted above the rest, the king sits in a large throne. His crown sits on an angle. His greasy skin stares at you. He taps his throne, and there's a moment. Krusty, you start. What do you do first?
Krusty is gonna open with just a single ding on the triangle and let it ring out much longer than it should.
Yeah, the single triangle dings out, ding, and it just echoes.
And as
a long
it dings, there is just a rumble of thunder overhead, over the canopy of the castle auditorium.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're casting magic or something. And deep within the belly of the castle, you hear this thunder begin to rumble off in the distance. Dunstan, what do you do next?
As the ding continues, Dunstan does like a... No, Dunstan... As the bell sort of fades, Dunstan, like an exotic bird, steps across the stage, kneels, like just in front of where Vanity is standing, reaches down to two ropes that are on the stage floor, and pulls both of them. And as he does, big covers come flying off the contents of those crates on either side of the stage. Giant metal coils, each one with a number of metal discs suspended and a glass globe at the top. And then from overhead, there is a of lightning that crashes in the sky, arcs down into these coils, charges through them, and runs through the cables coiled like serpents across the floor into Vanity's now the first ever electric lute.
Yes!
And then with that, there's a...
With electricity buzzes through your lute, Vanity, as you hear it. Vanity, what do you do?
Vanity looks over at Bala to give the timing and then looks behind her at Krusty. She spins around once on stage and like a magician's show, the color of her dress entirely is changed by the time she turns back around. And she begins to pick slowly on the lute. A tune that's never been heard before in this realm or any other. And she's followed up by Bala on the bass. And she sings a cooing, lovely, folksy song. Just starts out slow and gentle, but you could hear the potential for this crunchy rhythm underneath. She begins to sing. Row, row, row your boat. Yes. Row, row, row your boat gently out to sea. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream.
Fireworks set off again. Bala, as the bass riffs in, what do you do?
The nice steady bowl that she was slowly going around using it suddenly reveals into 14 different water glasses of varying heights and depths. And suddenly, as that bass drops, you hear the massive reverberation crashing through the giant metal brass one in the center, spreading through the other water glasses as the cacophony explodes in the air in time with the lightning and a voice from Vanity. It's electric.
That's amazing. It explodes as everyone in the audience feels this deep guttural. It explodes and their stomachs all rumble and the crowd begins to go wild as Dunstan screeches forward and begins playing on his knees like a flute solo. Krusty breaks out with the drum to make Phil Collins envious.
All four limbs and the horn.
Gets in with a boom 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 boom, and as you are rocking out, we see in the crowd panning through, we see a mountain of tiny little gnomes rocking back and forth, 7th generation. We see Zagnar the orc nodding to you like, you done good. We see the orcs of the eastern shore in the west with Turg all sort of standing and rocking. We see Miffle Bottom Scrump, who never got to make it, sitting there giving you a thumbs up, even though you never met them. You see the bridge people being like, get to the bridge! And you see, as Vanity is rocking out in the sickest solo, you see the ghost of Delilah float up above her and pull out a ghostly lute and begin...
Shut up, Delilah!
You'll steal second loot!
And then with an explosion from behind the curtains, Steven breaks out. A giant werewolf appears behind you, and he reaches up and pulls out a giant guitar and just rocks out with you as he was first loot that you kicked from the band, and he was very nice about it. And you've all come back together. And as it concludes, you bring it to a deafening crescendo of rock, and the entire stadium quakes with energy, and it all ends with a single triangle from Krusty. Bing! And the crowd goes mental. You see children tearing out their hair. You see women tearing off their men's tops. You see people dancing. You see the mosh pit just killing each other. The king is naked and just running around in circles. And as the big show concludes, each and every one of you has become the rock star of your dreams. Is one ending. The other ending is, as the drugs wear off, and you each realize that you're not playing nearly as good as you think, it sounds a little bit more like, roll your boat, and Bala's going, dum 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 dum, and Dunstan's like, yeah, boat, and the crowd awkwardly watches all of these drug-brained, addled, because they took every mixed alchemy drug right before getting on stage, and they think they sound like the best, and with a flick of his wrist, the king has all 4 of them taken off stage. But that's just one ending. And who really knows how it ends when it comes to the Big Showeth? Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. That is the end of the Big Show. Press everything on my soundboard.
I heard some notes.
Great job, everyone. That was really, really, really fun. You all killed it. Yeah, that was such a blast.
I can't believe Ern lived.
I'm so glad.
Poor Ern did nothing
Yeah.
I
wrong.
loved Ern from the moment we met
great.
him.
I should
His
never
only
have picked
mistake
you
was
up.
loving me,
Yeah,
as he should have.
yeah, so good. Yeah, no, this was an absolute blast.
A
Thank you.
true one shot.
A true one
Yeah.
shot. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, most of the time we do one shots. It's mainly when they get investigative that they go over because you want to kind of learn the thing. But these are the silly ones. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, everybody, tonight. This was an absolute blast. Seems like everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
IMB's asked if Erica
are
has
these?
her own show.
We don't need these.
That suck. Erica,
I-
where's your own show?
I'm going to. This is my show, life, the stage of everything. No, but someday.
Show life. You did talk at one point about you wanted to play through Silent Hill or something, didn't you?
Yeah, God, I want to go through Silent Hill, and I want to do it in a way where people finally have proof that I am the massive shrieking baby that I say I am,
I
despite
can
loving
vouch
horror.
for that.
Absolutely.
It's-
Absolutely.
Play 7 Days to Die. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't think you realize that there's the first part of Silent Hill is supposed to be like a 2-minute walk. It took me 20 minutes because I kept stopping and pausing and screeching, going, "What if something happens?" It's super spooky. Screeching, hitting pause. It's gonna be a slow one.
I said this, and I'll make it a public. And I said, if Eric ever wants to, I mean, obviously you're welcome to do your own streaming thing, and we'll promote it just like we do with everybody else. But if you ever want to jump on Invictus, you're basically family, so you're welcome to use our channel too if people want to watch that. Just saying.
Additionally, if you want more Erica, and who amongst us does not, Erica was part of our Sigil Entertainment Hereafter stream, as well as our Superheroes stream, which are both video on demand. And we
I
are,
think we're continuing
I believe,
Hereafter.
going to be starting up Hereafter as an ongoing
Yeah,
campaign
'cause I
on
miss doing it.
Invictus.
So we're gonna keep doing that.
Erica plays a character named Sal, who kind of
Such a
is similar to Krusty in that Sal is once was an orc and now is a half wolf centaur creature.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go the crusty angle, which yes, he is very crusty.
Crusty.
no,
a
Krusty
personality.
McLeopard be Crusty, but you are
Yes.
Crusty as well. Yeah.
Sal
Yeah,
is one of
That's
my
why I have
favorite
such strong
pieces.
opinions on the number of legs that Krusty
Yeah.
was on.
How many
because
legs?
6 is an appropriate amount.
There are vestigial limbs.
Y'all did so good tonight.
was great.
Do you want to know what would happen for the other ways?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you went to Organsville, there was a boat there that doesn't leave, and he makes you do a bet, and you have to take a shot in the gut. That's if you went to Miffle's house. She was an old elf woman who can't see well, but she's far too confident. Loves music, but hates everything you play.
Great.
And she'll talk to you as long as you don't eat honey. I don't know. We'll figure out how that
Okay.
worked in. The mound was a guy who wants you to dig a mound because he's secretly got a giant tied up that he's gotten info about a treasure. I don't know. The swamps of Scobie were a bunch of furbolgs pushing their shit drink on you, which is kombucha. And they all smell weird and they won't let you leave unless you taste their kombucha. The Southern Sea Sovereign is a bunch of sovereign citizen people who won't tell you anything. I was actually that one would be really frustrating to play, but really funny to do because they're just like, "Who are you? Well, who are you? Well, I'm not telling you. I don't have to tell you anything." Broken Cliffs of Madness. I just have naked old man, and the tower holds the key, which you will never see. I don't know. And the dwarven people of Criggly Tooth. The man is very ugly, and to pass through, he asks you to convince his wife that he's a catch. That's your mission, and I have a picture of him. So you have to find what's gorgeous about him.
Oh no.
He's got
You'd
a
be
prime number of teeth.
Just,
9.
how
No,
funny
wait.
would it be to
7.
just be like, his eyes never follow you because he's always looking out for you. But it was really, really fun. So anyway, those are all things you didn't do. But
Thank you, Harlan,
That's
for
great.
giving us the chance tonight to plumb the sort of Alice in Wonderland madland of your brain.
Yes.
Hells yeah.
Yes.
Great.
My favorite was a hearse. Because I was like, I
Hearse.
didn't have horses, so we'll just do inflatable horses.
I wasn't sure if it was like a horse sort of thing. Like
I had no further thought other than just
I liked the holes.
pronounced.
I like
Holes?
holes
We never
are
got to
great.
holes.
No, but there were holes in the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's those holes, yeah.
Yeah.
Different holes.
Which also I figured if you
Easy
shoot
to
them,
mix
they
them
would help.
up.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Anyway, that was it from us. We'll be back next week with another RPG because I want to keep doing RPGs. And this has been an absolute blast. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, William, James, and Erica. Remember, you can check out William at hellofromthehallowwoods.com. Okay, baby?
Yeah, sorry.
Check out James at DimensionDoorPodcast.com. You can check out Joe and myself at DiceShamePodcast.com. And you can check out malevolent.ca for other spooky things.
And Erica's website, which
Erica will be
Country
Joe Loves Ham.
Country Ham.
Wait, Harlan will work
Woman
for free?
versus Ham.
Is that what the other one? Got a lot of old stuff.
It's a niche website, but it does its job and gets us traffic.
That's all we need. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. As my good friend Erica always likes to say,
There's always more ham.
there's always more ham. Good night.